Hi, this is the voice of Heidie Calero with another economic capsule regarding the Puerto Rico economy. We have entitled this capsule, Busted Baby Boom Economy. It's a topic that really not only touches Puerto Rico, but it touches the globe. With the exception of Africa, population is not growing. Fertility rates are not growing. And so this is a real problem. And what I am going to depict for you in different graphs is what is the real challenge that Puerto Rico faces. This first graph is the declining fertility rate in Puerto Rico. 2.1, fertility rate of 2.1, which is that horizontal orange line that you see in this graph, is called the replacement rate. And that's more or less the standard for most population indices. That's the replacement rate for those who die annually. At least you need a fertility rate of 2.1 to replace those who die. That's only replacement. It's not to grow the economy. Whereas in Puerto Rico in 2010, it was already below that replacement rate, 1.6. This is the number of births that this is the number of births that women may have. 1.6. It's now to 0.9, not even one birth per 1,000 women or 100 women. So we are below that fertility, that replacement rate, and that has serious consequences, as I am depicting for you in the second graph. What is the impact on that working age population, which is 16 years plus? 2010, the bars are that fertility rate, which I depicted for you in that first graph. So in 2010, it was 1.6, and in 2023, it's 0.9. And yet, what happens with the population 16 years and older? If there are not enough births, not even to replace those who die, what happens to that population of 16 years and older? As you see there, it has been declining. Maybe it's slightly going up after the pandemic, but nothing spectacular. We have not returned to levels of 2010. So we've lost like 200,000 people aged 16 years and older. And it is, as I said, working age, it's that population, 16 years and older. In this next graph, which is why the labor participation rate, which we have heard the Secretary of the Department of Labor in Puerto Rico hailing and saying, wow, this labor participation rate in Puerto Rico has been growing, it's a record. Well, this is the story behind it. As you see here, the bars are the population 16 years and older, which is really the working age population. And the blue line is the participation rate. What is that participation rate? The labor participation rate is defined as those who are working, employed, plus those who are looking for a job, they are unemployed, divided by that population 16 years and older. So in 2010, the labor participation rate was 44.1%. As of 2023, it's 43.4%. True, it has been increasing since the pandemic, but it's because that population of 16 years and older, it is declining, as you see there with the orange bars. So if I am defining the labor participation rate as those who are working, plus those who are unemployed and looking for a job, and divide that by the population, a declining denominator, which is the population 16 years and older, what happens to that fraction? It's going to increase the percentage because the denominator has been declining. So all in all, what you need to know is that 43.4% of that population, which is in the working age population, is the only one that is participating in the formal labor market. We're not including here those who are self-employed. Those who are self-employed are not part of that definition. So if we were to add them up, be it in terms of jobs, those are people who are employed, plus those self-employed, and divide them, plus those who are unemployed, and divide that by that population 16 years and older, then instead of having 43.4% participation rate, it would be like an adjusted 50%. Still, half of the population, 16 years and older, are not participating. This next graph is called a forecast of the dependency ratio, and what we have been using here is what the U.S. Census of Population forecasted in terms of population for Puerto Rico, and that is the working age, 16 years and older, and we want to divide that population by the population by those who are 60 years and older, even forecasted. So in 2023, there were 2.9 persons 16 years and older for every person 60 years and older. So for every senior, if you will, there were 2.9 people who were in that working age population. That doesn't mean that they were participating in the labor market. It just means that they were capable of working. If we move 10 years forward, 2033, instead of 2.9, it's going to be 2.4. Not only is the working age population declining, but the one that is rising is the one 60 years and older, be it because of longer life expectations, be it because of medicine achievements. But the question is, how are these people going to be living? Not only those who are dependent on pensions, that means that there are other people who will be contributing to payment of those pensions. And if that working age population is declining, and if less of that, only 43% of that population is participating in the labor market, this is the real challenge, which is the last graph that I'm depicting for you here. As of 2023, only 43% of that working age population were participating, either working plus looking for a job. What is this other 57% of that working age population that is able to work? They're not participating in the formal market. Are they in the underground economy? Are they in the drugs? Are they into I don't know, just drinking in a bar, just hitting the couple? It's a question of a big challenge. How can we make that 57%, or at least a higher percentage of that share of those who are not participating in the labor market? How can we channel them into economic growth, into participating in this economy? That is the challenge, and we are not hearing any public policy. We are not hearing any discussion taking place here, but it's going to have real consequences. It is already having real consequences as to who's going to pay income tax, who's going to pay sales tax, who's going to be generating property taxes, who's going to be paying for those pensioners, who's going to be able to pay for all these increases that are anticipated for the electricity bill or even the water bill and all the other inflationary items that we are seeing. So it is a real challenge, and my objective with these capsules is to really make you aware of the challenges that we are facing and make your voice heard, that really we need the government to focus and the private sector to focus on these real challenges for Puerto Rico. If you liked our economic capsule, don't forget to subscribe to the Voice of Heidie Calero. Give us a like in those capsules that you like. Give us suggestions or tell us by sending us an email or just a notification in Facebook saying topics that you're interested in. And remember, this is a service of Puerto Rico Economic Pulse, and that the economy is all of us. Thank you.